My name is Ryan Arrowwood. Welcome to Hear the Noise at Starlight Stadium. It's Jamar Dixon's last home game ever for Pacific FC as he retires. We're giving out the Player of the Year award. There's a giant octopus. How's it going? Starlight Stadium for the last regular season home game of the year. I'm here with Michael Geldrich, president of Lakeside Buoys. I got a couple questions about today.
Okay.
So why are we out here in the parking lot, or not the parking lot? Why are we out here in the mezzanine with Lakeside Buoys?
In the family zone because they gave us the opportunity to collect votes from people coming to the game that wouldn't already be following us on all the various other circles, right? Whether our Discord channel, Twitter channel, Facebook, or Instagram. And with the octopus here, it's a good lure, you know? And if this brings by a couple more people to talk to us and find out more about who we are, what we do, and hopefully whether they want to join us, that'd be great. And that's all the more reason why we set up a table and, come by and hook up kids with stickers. And, it might be a little counterintuitive to the mood of the pregame here on Truth and Reconciliation Day.
Oh, you mean it's Orange Shirt Day, is what you're trying to say?
Yeah, but the whole orange shirt, do people know why, right? And, there are stories there. And this is one of those things that as someone living on the lands occupied by the Canadian state, we got to reconcile with that past history and what that means for our relationships with the indigenous people of this land, as well as ourselves, and what that means for self-identity as a Canadian.
Fans, please rise if you're able for a minute of silence to remember the children that never returned home and the survivors of the residential school system.
I remember last year's not being this big a deal. I don't know if it was official last year.
I think the thing is that last year may have been the first time for a lot of people that don't pay attention to issues like that they became aware, thinking, okay, well, I guess now I have to really pay attention to this, what's going on. And, I like to think a lot more people went and took that course, the University of Alberta Indigenous Canada course, that's free, and got to learn and maybe read a book or two. And, it's anytime a country has been found to commit atrocities in the past and they're publicly trying to deal with that and reconcile in a somber moment, it's going to take time, right? Whenever there's generational trauma, that means that there's going to be generational levels of healing as well. It's going to take time. You got to approach this with open minds and open hearts, and be willing to talk and listen and learn. Despite the somber reflection that Truth and Reconciliation Day brings, we are at a soccer game, and it is our last regular season home game, and our captain is retiring.
This is Jamar Dixon's last game. They announced his retirement just a day or two ago. Yeah. It was yesterday, last minute. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I think he's had a great career. I love the kind of player that he's been, and hopefully inspiration for the team. He does seem like a leader. I'm super curious about what the future holds for him. I'm hoping that he sticks around and is still involved in the organization as it's growing, and seem to be having more youth involvement now. I'm excited to see what the club has in store, because it's my understanding at the end of the game, right before we give away the Player of the Year award, that or right after we give away the Player of the Year award, that there will be a little presentation for Jamar as well.
journey together, raising money, going over to Europe. It's amazing to see the career that you've built and what you've been able to do in the sport here in Canada and throughout the world.
So Jamar, what do you think when you hear the noise?
I think when we hear the noise, it's the 12th man on the field. That's our support cast. It's loud, it's vibrant, and I like it. I like the name. It has a little catch to it.
So, lots of post-game festivities to maybe balance the somber pre-game activities. And last week, you know, there were people throwing baseballs at my head in this exact same spot. So what are you going to do?
Let's show them what we're letting out, PFC. Let's go now. Here we go.
I think
There we go.
too late. I'll edit out the misses. Don't worry about it. Hey!
Well, this isn't the end of the season for Pacific, even though it's our last regular season home game. What is your opinion on Pacific's season so far and just as a whole?
Like waves, you know, there's been some ups, some downs. It's fitting for a club named Pacific, but the you know, we came out of the gates real strong, you know, and then had some away woes and came back and had a rough patch here. But it's been on and off. I mean, the CONCACAF run was fun, right? That it came to penalty kicks in the second round for us in the quarterfinals is huge, right? There's so many historical firsts for this club in the last 365 days, you know, from winning last year to getting our spot in CONCACAF, beating Waterhouse here 6-0 in front of this guy, right? I mean,
this will be one of the biggest impressions I think of this year was this and the shirt that they made for us, like all of this.
Yeah, you know, I think the beauty of doing TIFO like this as well is that it gives us an opportunity to explain the concept of TIFO and a little bit deeper, deep dive into what supporter culture is like, you know. I'm really hoping in the next month here we'll get the opportunity to document all the TIFO that we've done and historically capture that and talk to it and maybe even get some of the team out to take a look at it, because, you know, we are on a budget and we might have to paint over these things someday. I think tomorrow this thing is getting taken down from its netting, so
Reuse the netting, I assume.
we'll reuse the netting. Stay tuned for future TIFO developments, but yeah, this was a long time in the works, you know, and TIFO's funny that way.
Well, the fact that we're the only team in CPL that has actually had rigging done and a legit pull-up TIFO.
Yeah, or tearaway TIFO, or I mean, it's not even close, right? I think as anything beyond two-stick or slight banners dissing your team, we exponentially.
You mean dissing your own team?
Dissing your own team, you know.
It seems like that just seems like a good way to get kicked out of your own stadium.
Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate the. I will stand up for the right for people to be able to protest with TIFO. I would not have made that TIFO, but I definitely would stand up and prevent someone from getting hauled out of a stadium for doing TIFO like that. That's for sure, right?
Yeah, coming from an MLS team that very regularly made TIFO that made fun of our own front office because they sucked.
Well, yeah, right. And I mean, in this day and age of corporate media, other than Hear the Noise, which is great independent media, you want to be able to hear people. I don't know. Be criticized. Be provided constructive criticism. You need to have an outlet for people to say, hey, I think what you're doing is wrong. And if you can't do that as a supporter at your front office for whatever reason, and in the States where it can be as gruesome as sexual assault or something like that, I mean, what else are you supposed to do? We enter into this because we love the team and the club and the game, and we want to see it grow. And if that's kind of being taken away from you, or you're I'll call it the hockeyization of sports, where you're told to sit on your hands during play and not make any noise, and you're only allowed to get up and sing or dance Gangnam Style when they're offering you a pizza in between the play. That's counter to what we do, right?
It is.
We're like halftime, I go on a break. Oh, that's 45. Blow the whistle.
It's when the rest of the stadium sets on the side.
Yell for 45 minutes. And for those that don't know, that's a unique thing, and all the more reason why we got to get it out there. And with the CPL season ending, but VISL season starting, it changes the whole atmosphere of supporting culture here on the island. And
we're going back to the grassroots for a little while here, but I think VISL is a fun league, and I think we'll definitely be out there for the Highlander stuff just because it's fun. Old school, kind of more European soccer. It's all like at night, and usually it's chillier, so wearing scarves makes sense.
You're wearing scarves, you bring a thermos of tea instead of, maybe even a flask. But the reality of it is that there's something special about a cold, crisp night under the lights and seeing the fog that from the players' heat rising off the turf. That I don't know if that's unique to what we've got going on here on the island, but to me that's winter soccer.
Well, we've always done a good job, and we like the local soccer. Thank you very much, Mike, for the amazing conversation as usual. You were full of a lot of information that I don't have.
Well, that's my nickname isn't Wikipedia for a reason.
There you go. All right, thank you very much.
For me? Yeah, okay, sure.
So,
Right here?
right now, right here.
Okay.
You, my friend, have won the Lakeside Buoys 2022 Player of the Year Award.
Wow. No way.
There you go.
Holy smokes.
Here's a scarf for you.
Put that on?
Put that on. There you go. It says supporting champions on the back, so there you go.
Perfect.
And one of these too.
This is the most important one.
Yeah, that's a pretty important one.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, man.
No problem. Yeah. So you
really
won
appreciate that.
overwhelmingly online and people voting here in the stadium tonight. So there you go.
Awesome.
So
Wow.
yeah, congrats.
Feels great. So, you want me to say something?
Yeah. Well, do you have anything you need to say?
Yeah, I love playing for this club. I love coming out here, playing every home game at Starlight Stadium, and it means the most to get the supporters' choice because they're the ones that are out here every single game watching us play, home and away, supporting us. So for me, it means everything that they would nominate me, and I'd also just like to thank my teammates because, let's face it, there's 11 guys on the pitch, 18 in the roster, 25 on the whole team, plus the coaching staff. It's a team effort every time, so I'm just glad to play my part.
Yeah. We're gonna Jason will send me some shots of this and we'll get it online. But yeah, definitely, put something in there and share it with the team.
Oh yeah. This is I mean, I'm hoping at the end of the season we're playing here.
That's the hope, man.
October 29th.
That's exactly it. I'm like, well, there's still 2 more games here. Yeah, I was just talking to James about that now. He's like, well, do you want to wait? And I was like, I kind of want to regular season it, you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, congrats, man. You definitely earned it.
I appreciate it big time.
Yeah.
And thank you, Wero Diaz, for moving on. Otherwise, I don't think anybody stood a chance. So.
Yeah. I know people were asking me that. They were just like, well, what happens
Are we
if
still going to give it to Wero?
I put his name on the list, and people were like, ooh, big move. I'm like, well, it's, I'm not going to.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah. Classic.
Who's that guy?
Yeah. Looks a little,
I look like
looks
that.
better from far away. That was pandemic, Callum Murphy.
Yeah. Hey, if that's pandemic calendar, he's not doing so good.
Did well for himself.
Sweet. This
Right
is
on,
awesome,
man.
guys. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
Wicked.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I haven't really checked out where everyone is on the clean sheet stats, but I'm feeling like you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, there's been some rotation this year.
Yeah.
Between keepers, so I don't know. We'll see.
It's a tight season.
Yeah.
This is but I'm so stoked that this is there's so much happening right now.
It's great.
Take it all in, and hopefully we'll see you here at least 2 more times this year.
I'm hoping so too.
Right on, man.
All right, man. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, I'm Ryan Arrowwood. Thank you for being here for another edition of Hear the Noise. I hope you enjoyed all our wonderful interviews and footage of the Player of the Year award, as well as Jamar Dixon's last game here at Starlight. Thank you very much, and see you next time.